out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond the place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
My fellow Ambazonians, the fellow greatest, resilient, defiant, courageous, and the most loving people for this world. My brothers and sisters, my papa and my mamida, I throw you a salute. Over the last 2 days, I should say, when I don't read, when I don't watch, and when I don't hear the big things where did it happen within the Western world regarding the Cameroon and Ambazonia conflict. Over the last 2 days, 3 leaders of Ambazonia Governing Council, 2 for United States, and 1 when are the leader of our liberation. Our 2 comrades, the 2 leaders for the Ambazonia Governing Council for the United States, they will be visited by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, what they call the FBI. They will visit 2 officials of the Ambazonia Governing Council for the United States for questioning. Also, as when I don't hear the big story, when I make headlines for all over the world, say the authorities, the intelligence services for Norway, they take the leader for questioning. We need to know now what did they really go on. Why now? Why this time? We need to know what did they really go on. The 2 weeks lockdown, where we put them in place, where we explain for our people them. That 2 weeks lockdown, the success we come out for the respect, the collective respect, the collective rejection of Cameroon. For that 2 weeks, we collectively as a people, we tell the world openly, say we collectively vomit la République du Bulu, Cameroon. For that 2 weeks, all we vomit and reject anything Cameroon for Ambazonia. For those 2 weeks, we tell the international community, say we don't want these wicked people them. We don't want these barbarians for our country anymore. We tell the world, say we want make Cameroon occupation come to an end, and we collectively we send a powerful one single message for 2 weeks straight. The entire Ambazonia territory, including Victoria, including Boya, it will be totally locked down. La République, we don't tell the international community says to get control of Ambazonia. It will be nowhere to be found. La République, we don't tell the international community say now is to get authority for Ambazonia. It will be nowhere to be found. La République, we don't tell the international community says to get control of the territory. It will be nowhere to be found. La République, even before the 2 weeks lockdown, La République sent an additional 5,000 to 10,000 police, gendarmes, army, and the bees for the Ambazonia territory. Who said the 10,000 extra police, gendarmes, and bees? Who said they be there for that 2 weeks? Who said Okala Bilai? He be there for that 2 weeks. Who said Lele Lafrique? He be there for that 2 weeks. Usa Diongote be there for that 2 weeks. Usa even Paul Biya be there for that 2 weeks. Now for Usa the colonial parliamentarians, they be there for that 2 weeks. Now Usa the colonial senators, they be there for that 2 weeks. Usa the colonial government delegates, the colonial DO, the colonial SDO, the colonial councillors, the people they talk saying that then they govern Amazonia. Who said they be there for those 2 weeks? There will be nowhere to be found. Now the success for that lockdown, where it showed the international community and La République, say the end of La République, a presence for Ambazonia don't come. Now that shame, now that defeat, now that humiliation, openly, unquestionably, now you don't make Cameroon enough fit handle that defeat. Cameroon enough fit handle this big fat victory where we don't score them. Cameroon enough fit handle how Ambazonia don't take back control of the territory. How the people collectively don't reject Cameroon. Cameroon no fit handle them. Cameroon no fit live for the shame. That's why, that's now waiting that way this issue between Dr. CHO and the Norwegian authority be about. Now the victory for ground zero is send this panic for all the recruited, paid, corrupted, bribed, compromised Cambazonians. Now I don't send them into shock. Now I don't send into shock all the beneficiaries of the occupation, the people that did survive financially, economically, for the blood of our people them. Now I don't send them into shock. Now I don't make them down the panic. For go the create, for go the engineer all these things them. For change the subject from Ambazonia defeat of Cameroon to now say the security forces for Canada, for US and for Norway, they go after Ambazonia leaders. Now that defeat, it don't make Cameroon don't the engineer all these things them for force the international community for respond, for make an investigation. That's what this is all about. They want to divert the attention from the defeat into some illusion. Say the international community now they go after Ambazonia leaders, Ambazonia activists. Now that defeat, it don't make Paul Biya, Diongote, they not fit handle the shame. Now it don't make them, they engineer all these things Because once you file complaints a lot, the system must respond. They must question people then. D1 also, now very good news for Ambazonians, because it don't open the doors for educating the people that never received the education between the difference between Ambazonia and Cameroon. Because Cameroon, they tell them, say, all the things that happen for their territory. Now we de-educate, we take the time for educate these Western authorities about the conflict, about the genocide, about Cameroon, their fraud, about their occupation, about their colonialism. Now that they see things for the way they not be understanding before. It don't create a door of understanding, a door of research, a door for put this conflict for the context and the place we deserve for me. Cameroon, it don't touch the wrong person at the wrong time. Dr. CHO Ayaba. The man we now give we a right for self-defense. The man we invoke a right for self-defense. The man we build we an army. The man we now is strategies. They don't crumble the system. The man we when he cough, the entire republic they shake. The man we from the World Bank report to the IMF report to the report for Stanford University. All them don't talk. Say naive. The structure we don't put them in place. Now they shaking Cameroon. So fellow Ambazonians, the period this, during this questioning period where they keep the leader will take the time for educate, explain what will be, what will they fight for, what will the conflict be about, and put Cameroon for their place. This beginning, it will take them to the highest level for the international system. It not go only end between Ambazonia, the leader, and the lawyers, and the state of Norway, and the intelligence services from Norway. It not go end for some court for Norway. It will go for the highest level for the world. This Ambazonia a case. Now Cameroon says if you don't take your hand, you open the door, make this case now it reach for the highest places for the world. A new chapter for the internationalization of the Ambazonian struggle and the plight of the Ambazonian people there. Now one of the victories in this, so make una not live and make Cameroon it change the subject and it confuse una or put fear for una heart. We don't beat them, we don't defeat them. They try for divert attention of the conversation and the narrative. Make we not give them that chance. In the next 5 days, October 1 they come. We'll call on all our people them. Make them get ready for score another big victory for project our freedom and our independence and our country. For all Ambazonian forces them. For all our commanders and our generals. The leaders don't prepare una for this day. The leader don't prepare una for this time. Now una be authorities for the land. Una take control. Una protect una people them. Una defend them. The country, the territory, it then under una authority. For all Ambazonians for diaspora. Now the time this for rally, for stand with ground zero as they prepare for Independence Day celebration. Now the time this for focus. The leader don't tell we if he don't prepare himself for this moment. We thank God. So they not be successful assassinate over the last 7 years. Even be safer for place where they than if it be outside here. So now an opportunity for Ambazonia. Now enough time for everybody for step up and stand for the one way they did for prison. Stand with the refugees. Stand with the one way they be displaced. Stand with the one way they don't burn their houses. Stand with all the Ambazonians that were victims of Cameroon genocide for our country. At time this for you for stand for the refugees. And our Independence Day, and the day we all we for diaspora and for Ground Zero, for stand with all the victims and for declare our freedom. My name is Lucas ASU, the spokesman of Amazonia Governing Council.
I just wanted to take a few moments to make some public clarification so that I know that a lot of you have a lot of questions. How could it happen and why it happened? I know some are extremely very happy, but this is war and anything can happen. The resistance is the antidote. One of my top advisors wrote yesterday, and this is what I want to leave with you today. We have to be prepared to take the roads we have never taken before. We have to be prepared for the unexpected, the impossible, and the unimaginable. That is what it takes to move from a state of occupation and total dependency to a state of freedom, independence, and ownership of your destiny. And I can report to you today that across the Amazonian territory, the Amazonian Defense Forces and all other forces are in good standing, and they continue to fight whether we fight or we don't. The enemy has a policy of genocide on our people. It has exercised that policy in times of peace and in times of war. And if we must survive, and if we must stop them, we will have to rise up like one people and sacrifice more than we have ever done so. If you think you've been running a marathon for 7 years, know that possibly you still got 10 more years, 15 more years, 20 more years, 30 more years, 40 more years. And the Palestinians will tell you they've been doing it for 75 years and there is no blinking. The price you have to pay cannot be calculated. The reward is intangible. It may be in values, it may be in opportunities, it may be in a time you may not even be around. But the stories you read in footnotes of history and on the pages of history books are written because of those who never gave up. And I tell you every day as your leader, we are fighting a war for our own very survival. It will take more than you are doing in your lot to get us free. We must work extremely very hard to make sure that the threat on our sovereignty, the threat on our independence, the threat on our freedom is eliminated by any means necessary. Everybody must act like a soldier. Some people are not politicians, some people are not town criers, some people are not people screaming on social media. Everybody is a soldier of the revolution, and you must always see yourself in that light. You are not a donor, you are a soldier. It will not take trial and error to be successful. You must be patient, you must be persistent. You must know that every month we mobilize for our forces. You must know that every month we mobilize for our prisoners. You commit to make sure that one day you'll be called upon to pick up a rifle and defend your land. God has been very great to Amazonia. We should not mess up our opportunity. God bless you all.
Sons and daughters of the Amazonian Revolution, it is not time to celebrate. This is war. It is not time to celebrate. They robbed you of your homeland. They took away your hope They robbed you of the right to dream of a future in the country of your birth. They murdered your citizens. They transformed your brain to think like a Cameroonian, to worship their flags, to sing their anthem, to pray, hope, and dream like a Cameroonian. They took away the land of your birth. They demonized you. They robbed you of hope, of a dream of a future that is better than the one you inherited. They killed your parents, turned your fathers into boys, raped your mom, made your sisters to be ashamed, robbed them in more. They sent you into exile. You lost your neighborhood. They dispersed your friends. You became delinquent in a land that you did not understand. They took away something so essential to your own existence that you live here with your body, but your spirit hovers without knowing where to land. They took away from us something so important that life became something we have rejected in this land. They took away from you a country that gave you hope, built the first democratic system where there was an electoral government change. They took away from you your economic system. They blockade your social system. They crumbled your economy so you could go into their own system to work for them. They made you drive through their own system so you could pay toll gate into their own system. They robbed you of your right to think, to hope, to have a future in the country of your birth. 243 years ago, the Americans told the British that their time of independence was now. They fought for 8 years, 4 months, and 15 days. They lost the Battle of Boston, but they won the war for the freedom of the United States. The South Africans face a nuclear power. They face a nuclear power country. Mandela said he is going to die for his people. He struggled in jail for 27 years because he didn't want to bequeath to the next generation something worse than he had inherited. He fought like a valiant soldier. The Eritreans humbled the Ethiopians, a more powerful Ethiopia supported by Libya and Russia. They fought in trenches, in gutter holes, on rooftop to be able to bequeath to the next generation something better. Your freedom is in your hands. It is going to be fought inch by inch, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, rooftop by rooftop.
Yes, there you go.
Your freedom is in your hands. It is not going to be given to you on a platter of gold. I can assure you here from Washington, the land of our birth, the towns of Ambazonia, will be liberated by the valiant soldiers who on a daily basis lay their lives, give their blood, deprive themselves of something more precious to make sure they can stand for our girls, for our children, for our mothers, for our fathers, to bequeath to the next generation a better country that they inherited. If this is the last thing you must give for your country, stand here in Washington and think of the freedom you enjoy. Think of the millions of Ambazonians who have not gone to school, those in jail. Think of Seseko, think of Deacon Tasang, think of Poundful, think of Mancho BBC, think of Mami Abi. Are you ready to lay your life for Ambazonia? I can assure you, Ambazonians, we will build the most beautiful place on earth, a place that you would take pride in calling yourself a citizen, that will give to you a social system, an economic system, a political system you can be proud of. That is why we fight. We are ready to die for it, go to jail for it, so all of us as a people will be free someday. God bless you all. God bless everybody.